Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Seraph Syndrome. I am your host and DM, Danny or Fungifisheye, and I'm joined by my two lovely co-hosts who may yell at me if you guys would like to say hi.
Hello, I'm Noelle and I play Stella Starweaver.
Hi, I'm Tiny and I play Akia Selene.
And with that, let's get right into the recap. On the last session of Seraph Syndrome, the party traversed the Grand Museum known as the Old Shard. As they continued to wander through its large halls, Asmothia explained to him that a blade known as the King's Glaive would be the only weapon that could cut down the Seraphized Vaku. But in order to wield it, they needed to complete 3 trials of the Old Kingdom. Ak'ansti went further in explaining that the Old Kingdom is sealed off to any 3 Kreen besides royalty, a powerful barrier that seals the ancient world away. The party agreed on helping Asmothia through the trials of the ancient kingdom and began to investigate these societies themselves. Akia took an inkling towards the ancient drill in the corner of the museum, noticing that it was surrounded by old clay pots. After asking some assistance of a 3 Kreen woman named Arsif, she learned about a goddess named Delonsna. And instantly gripped by this, curiosity led her to make her way downwards towards the temple, accompanied by Arteno. Stella and Arsif continued to chat further, though, and found further interest within the cultures of the Arachne and the Millifera. She admired the seamless stitching of the Arachne, pondering on how it was done. In the meanwhile, Akia found some awkward moments with Arteno before chatting with a priest of Delonsna about the meaning of love and craft. Akia had the urge to create within these holy grounds and was pointed into the direction to do so. Before we get into Akia's side, we are going to follow Stella. Stella, what do you choose to do?
I think I am very interested in seeing more about Ak'ansti.
Ak'ansti, yes.
Yes. And I think for one thing, I think I'm kind of looking around like to see what everyone else is doing, because I was so caught up in learning everything that I didn't really notice where everyone else went.
Yeah, currently, I would say, Igrim is just standing by the door of the museum, like, braced up against the wall.
Oh my god,
and
dude.
just silently sitting there. You don't see Akia. You would know she rushed off.
Right.
And you don't see Arteno. You absolutely see Gully standing in front of the King's Glaive, and he is sketching it in greater detail.
Oh, okay.
As for Ak'ansti is standing and watching over Asmothia, and Asmothia is standing next to Gully, but a little out of the way so he could see the glaive fully.
He's focused. I think I walk over towards Igrim as he's standing against the wall, all cool and stuff. I just kind of go like, "Hey, Igrim, do you want to go somewhere with me? I kind of want to check something out."
Igrim just points at himself.
Yes, you.
He points over at Gully.
I could ask Gully to go, but, I guess if he's finished with his sketch, then I could.
Igrim just shrugs.
Are you sure you don't want to look?
He shrugs again.
Ah. Show a little interest, Igrim. There has to be something here that seems fascinating to you.
Igrim just points downwards.
He points downwards?
Like at the floor. At the floor, yes.
This place?
Igrim shakes his head, and then he points upwards, and he like drags his finger along the air, almost tracing the shell of a coup that is hung up within the old shard.
Ah, yes, I see. Makes sense. I suppose at some point we'll have to learn what these trials are about. Well, I guess I could go ask Gully then.
Yeah, Igrim nods. You have the feeling that he's like, either way. If you really want me to go, I'll go. That's the impression he kind of gives with his shrugs.
You know what? You come along too.
I imagine Scylla turns around to look at Gully and then snaps back at him. You see a Grim just stares at you and then nods.
I guess.
You know what? We will have a bonding moment. Come here.
And you will like it.
I'm making it happen.
Yeah, you will like it.
Yeah, I walk over to where Gully is.
Yeah, you walk over to the King's Glaive, and you hear, as you step in, you hear a little bit of a conversation that's ongoing between Asmothia, Arkvasi, and Gully. Gully prods with a question, and he goes,
As for the curse that is set in the blade, is it particularly like... Is it like a big flame that perhaps will kill you immediately? Or is it a smaller flame that can be extinguished? How far does the curse go?
And Asmothia kind of, like, you see they look downwards. And they kind of tuck their arms against their sides.
I actually lost both of my arms by trying to wield it too hastily. Arkvasi had to cut them off.
And Gully goes, Oh, I apologize if that was insensitive. I just thought maybe there was prior I'm sorry.
And Asmothia shakes his head, or their head.
It's fine. I knew I shouldn't have. And I saw when other people tried to wield it. But it just feels like we're running out of time.
And at that point, you would hear the earth rumble and growl beneath you. You see the shell on the top of the old shard starts to shake, and as dust comes off of it. And I'd say at that point you're there.
I feel like as I hear this conversation taking place, I kind of feel really bad for being about to drag Gully to something completely unrelated. Speaking of which, where should we learn about these trials that we are supposed to partake in?
Arkvasi looks over at you and just goes,
Well, we have all the information about them. But a good way to start looking for information towards them is within the temples of each of these ancient deities and figures.
Oh, great, perfect. That's just where I wanted to go. Oh, Gully, I was actually going to ask if you wanted to come with.
Gully looks over at the King's Glaive, and after asking such an intrusive question towards Asmothea, goes,
Sure. Asmothea, would you like to come along as well? And, of course, you as well, Arkvasi.
Yeah, I would love to come along.
and Arkvasi nods.
Yes, let's go! I immediately start walking out.
You walk out with nearly the entire entourage behind you. Grim stares at you through the door, or as you're walking to the door, and he just points at himself again.
What? Can I try to understand what he's saying?
Absolutely. Roll me an insight check. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, mama.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Say it for the audience.
27.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you instantly garner that Igrim is just like, do you still want me to come? Cause I don't know.
Yes, of course you should come along. You're an important figure here. And plus, you want to know what we have to do too as well, right?
Igrim just shrugs.
Oh!
He points at his chest and then points at his sword. And instantly with your insight check,
Yeah.
you gather that he's saying, what needs to be done will be done.
Well, isn't it kind of boring to just stand around for all this time? Please don't shrug. You're gonna shrug, aren't you?
No. He shakes his head, and then he kind of waits a beat, and then holds his hands up to where his ears would be. And you garner that he's trying to tell you that silence is bliss.
I see.
And then he also points out the door and kind of makes the shape of he traces out in the air like Akia. And then he points down at the floor like she's got to come back here.
All right, that's. You make a good point, Graham. I can't even be upset about that.
He nods.
Well, all right. I suppose it would be good if at least one of us stayed around. And if you enjoy the silence, then it's all the better.
Igrim just nods and he leans against the wall. You would also see that Arsif is just taking passing glances at Igrim. What's his deal? Igrim, who is leaning against a pillar directly opposing her. But you guys continue over to where are you going? Where are you going?
I would want to go towards the Temple of Ak'ansti.
Ak'ansti?
I actually
Alright.
don't know if I know the directions there.
Well, Arkvasi is with you, and you assume that he knows his way around.
I feel like I'm walking ahead at first, and then I'm just like, actually, I don't know where that is. Can you lead the way?
Of course. I was planning on it.
Okay, thank you.
Arkvasi nods, and he begins to lead the way. And you hear as Asmothea begins to talk to Arkvasi, and Asmothea just goes,
Igrim is tinier than we first heard of him.
and you just see Arkvasi nod.
Perhaps his time has gone on.
the stature of him was blown out of proportion, or he was known for great deeds.
And Asmothia goes, right. Words and history changes. I suppose you're right.
And you guys move over to the Temple of Ak'ansti. As you get closer to this following Ak'ansti, you see as he leads you to a temple formed out of deep quarried stone. It has a blackened hue to it. White silk wraps around the brick and sparkles as torchlight hits its surface. Bulbs of silk with flame within glint on the highest structures of this church, this chapel. The silk is taut enough to stay across the structures, but loose enough that it bends within the small amount of breeze that drifts downwards through this massive crater of Leyden. You see that there are 2 large doors that bar your way inwards. Carvings of a 3-crane woman, a spider, bolstered on the door, or bolstered on the stone. Her details are being illuminated by these dangling flames. And Ak'ansti pushes the door aside for you guys to enter. And he gestures for you guys to go in first.
Oh, thank you.
He gives a little nod. And as you enter this temple, an array of silk woven above decorates the high ceilings and like nettings of a circus. Chandeliers that look like spiders with flames in their grasp dangle neatly between the netting, illuminating the areas besides the very peaks of the chapel's depths. You even see in like high above you in the roof, you would see 3 green eyes kind of blinking at you from the darkness.
Ooh.
Almost catching the glint. And you also hear a low hum. You hear this kind of like Gregorian singing, but mixed in with chittering and clicking of a 3 crane's mouth.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
We should be able to find the church, the leader of the church, further in.
Well, alright then, we must go then.
You walk forwards, going across this like carpeted floor. It's cold in here. It's like not like the desert chill, but it's definitely like very cool. It's as if you are being sheltered and swaddled in a cold blanket. And you move forwards to see a 3 crane man of larger stature. His body is primarily this reflective black with ivory creeping from his fingertips. He has hair that is thick and strand and woven together tightly. He has 6 eyes, all gleaming with a glossy and silken red tone. Cloth embellishments wrap around his body, crossing over each other as they tie around his waist. And on his chest, you would see it looks like a carving, like into the exoskeleton of his body, of an hourglass ensnared in silken web.
Oh, that's so cool. Hello there.
Why, hello. Can I help you?
Yes, we were actually here to explore this temple here and learn a little more about it.
Of course, anything you would like to know. I am proud to preach Ak'ansti to you.
I have seen that Ak'ansti is a weaver, or her people are weavers. I would love to learn more about that as a weaver myself.
Ah, a fellow weaver. It is glad to see you enter our church then. Ak'ansti takes particular blessing with ones like us, and those who forge fabric, weaving silk in and out to form protection, shelter, and far more.
Huh. So it goes even beyond clothes and the like.
He nods. Our ancient kingdom, far beneath the ground of Leyden. Within that kingdom, we wove entire homes, structures, beyond comprehension, out of our own web. Deep within that darkness, Ak'ansti wove a thread of light. She wove it into buildings, a grand castle with spires so tall they would reach the very peaks of the deep depth we resided in. Its light would shed so far beyond that it created our pocket of safety.
Oh, yes, I did learn that the silk came from your own person. Oh, what a wondrous thing. That sounds like quite the sight to behold.
You see that he nods.
We spin our web. We fold it into what we can and what we need. That is Ak'ansti's blessing to her people. Our silk will never be as strong as hers, or light like hers. But we cherish her blessing deeply, even now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is there a limit to this silk?
Our bodies can only make so much. It is, I admit,
You see that this three queen scratches their chin.
a little bit of an intimate sight. However, there is a limit to how much we can produce before it gets strenuous and exhausting.
Oh, I see. Well, regardless, it is quite the beautiful sight from what I've seen of the silk and the things it can create. I wonder, though, do you still feel this blessing, even now? I heard that the goddesses grew distant after some time.
You see this cleric of Ak'ansti turns around and faces a stained glass window at the very farthest end of the chapel. It depicts this beautiful Arachne three queen. She looks beyond what you have seen ever. So much thread and hair lines her that her hair splays out almost like a spider's web from the back of her head.
Ooh.
And it shines this brilliant white light surrounded by these muted blue tones.
Her blessing is no longer with us. We only have a fraction of it, and that is to produce the thread at all. However, clerics of ancient days, clerics who were lost within war, their thread used to gleam, glow. But we have lost our luster, as we have not been able to commune with her, as we had far into the past.
He turns to face you.
I have never seen her luster either. However, I would like to believe that she is the reason that we continue to spin our webs, to weave our clothes. There are many talented spinstresses, weavers, clothe us within Leyden. Our silks used to be renowned by the world. However, that world has shrunken past what we have remembered.
I kind of think to myself about how I kind of resonate with that statement, even though I don't necessarily look towards a particular god or goddess in such a way. But the stars are a concept that are hard to understand. It's not a person. You can't directly communicate with it or see it. You just have to believe that it is something you can look to for guidance.
You resonate deeply with the message of the third green. You see, as you are thinking, this cleric introduces himself formally.
My name is Abu Havron. I figured it was polite to formally introduce myself, though conversation has spiraled.
Oh, so sorry. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Stella.
As a guest of our Princex, it is a pleasure to meet you, Stella.
Oh, and I'm Gully. Sorry, I've been really silent. I'm just fascinated by everything going on around here. It's truly enamoring.
I get it.
Sorry, I should have asked. Like, I'm drawing your peck right now. Is that okay? Is that good?
And I'm Gully.
It's a particular symbol.
This is the symbol of our goddess, Ak'ansti. She who watches over us within the dark. This symbol,
And he points at his own chest.
the hourglass, this was a symbol laid upon her back. We believers of her carved them into our shell as a way of showing appreciation for the one we have in our hearts only.
Oh,
That is truly
beautiful.
fascinating and beautiful.
Both their
Fascinating
eyes
and beautiful.
sparkling. Yeah, yes, both. Very.
Is there any other questions you have of Ak'ansti?
From what I know of gods and goddesses, they tend to have tenants of sorts. Did Ak'ansti have tenants?
Ak'ansti's tenants were few. That was to create a sanctuary, to continue to thrive and maintain, to expand our web. She was one of stricter rules. Those who broke laws were said to have been executed in front of her.
Oh!
It is a grim concept, but one we abide by. Or abided by. Those concepts are far outdated within the city of Leyden. But back then, within the dark that she owned, when things would transpire within, when malice would take place in what she governed, she could not help but feel disgust, for what she stood for was being used for the wrong purpose. She sought us to love the darkness, to find comfort within all that we can't, all that we could not see. In those shades of monochrome, we were supposed to wistfully fall to rest. However, that guise of darkness would be used for crimes, for evil, for things far too nefarious to commit during the light. It was her own tenet that they should be strung up by the very own web they wove themselves. It would break her heart for people to use all that is not in order to hurt all that is, and that is why she showers us in light, even though that is all she isn't.
Oh. I think I'm genuinely awestruck by how poetic that was. Wow, that is very symbolic. It's very fascinating.
You see as he nods.
There was beyond her loss, when she left, when she disappeared, all of our light faded. As we were in her darkness again, something changed within the ancient Three Queens' minds. All those centuries ago, far beyond what I could recount, far beyond what any could recount.
You see as he reaches over and pulls out a small scroll, and he opens it in front of you. And you see these almost archaic drawings of, like these drawings and paintings of an older time for the Arachne 3 Crane. You see, it starts off with this picture of brilliant light and the Arachne 3 Crane dancing within its glow. Then you see the goddess Ak'ansti standing over them with a joyous look within her face. Then the next drawing over, you would see as she is gone. Slowly that light begin to dwindle, slowly vanishing into nothingness. As the pages fall dark and you see silhouettes and outlines, you see as the Arachne 3 Crane gradually begin to look more aggressive. They begin to look much more volatile. But you notice one thing, is that across all of their faces, they are not once drawn with anger or a smile. They are always drawn in this disparaging look, as if what they're doing pains them.
We believe that once her light faded from us, our people turned to darkness in the way that she feared. We believe that it was this primordial fear that caused us to turn mad. And within that dark, we began to hunt, to spin our webs for war, in a show of trying to reclaim our goddess. Or so it is said. We defiled every meaning of her. We think that is the sin that we bear. That us longing for her turned us into exactly what she feared we would be. Our venom, our silk, turned against those who didn't deserve it. Our sorrows turned us into warriors. Warriors no doubt Ak'ansti would scorn us for being. That is why most Arachne choose not to fight any longer. We choose peace, to weave, to create, and not to extinguish, and to abide by her more carefully. That is our primordial sin, our last curse. Even as our kingdom falls before us, instead of picking up a spear, instead of rallying behind our beloved princess, we must weave.
That is both tragic and beautiful. It saddens me to see how many peoples have struggled in this world. But it is truly amazing to see what can become of it. To see people who don't give in to sorrow or despair or loss. Truly a beautiful sight. Thank you.
You see, he nods.
Resilience is a hard-earned skill, but can only be acquired in the face of adversity. Within the absence of light, there is only dark. But it is what you do within that darkness that makes you who you really are.
Yes, that is... It's a very good lesson. Oh.
Thank you all for coming to talk to me about Ak'ansti. Were you going to say something?
Oh, sorry. Of course. Gully, did you have anything you wanted to ask as well?
I think he basically covered most of what I wanted to ask. Say for one thing. If I may be so prudent to ask, is there any way that you know of the trial that awaits us below? I don't want to go down there unprepared.
Oh, right.
Unaware. And is there any way to be respectful to those who came before? Treading into those grounds I know are sacred, it would hurt my heart to know that we trample over something. Calrunia forbid I do something that is insensitive.
Do not trample over our silk. Our ancestors spun for so long. Be careful down there. Our silk that was once woven so tight. It draws you in. It can harm. That is all we ask. The exoskeletons of our forefather, they are no doubt gone, far removed, and whatever structures lay beneath, they have probably been totaled by the great worm. Its thrashing that makes the earth shake. It has probably leveled what left. As for the trial of Ak'ansti, I believe that you have everything you need right next to you.
And he looks at you, Stella.
I just kind of point to myself. Me?
He nods.
The trial of silk. Within that heart of our fallen kingdom, as the threads come undone, you are to weave an old contest of our people. A soul that will bear the spider's eye is to weave an excellent garment befitting one of us. Silk was our pride. It was our armor. All you must do is weave, while wearing your heart on the line.
Oh, I see. I will do my best then.
Your best it must be. Failing the trial can mean unworthiness. If you fail, you might have to face a worse trial, one prepared by our ancients.
Oh. I see. Well, I weave with my heart, so I will make sure to give it my all and to give my utmost respect for the Arachne.
He nods.
Just know, whatever you see while you weave, it will be the most daunting thing that you have ever done. I trust in your garments. I trust in your ability. However, just as Ak'ansti was, the darkness, it holds things that only your heart can see. Distant silhouettes that will dance before you. And those silhouettes will try to tear your heart down. Be careful, truly.
I think I kind of start to sweat a little hearing this.
Thank you for the vital information. I will make sure to be careful then.
And I kind of give like a scared but reassuring smile.
Here.
He gestures you to hold out your hands.
I hold out my hands.
For coming to visit. For inquiring about our people. For asking such delicate questions. I bestow a boon upon you.
You see, he rests these silken bracelets across your wrist. You see they form fit across your hands, almost looking like these silvery bracelets that creep and crawl like a spider's web. These act as an inspiration that you can use at any time you want. That is separate from your heroic inspiration.
Oh.
And you can use it on any roll.
Any roll?
Any roll.
Oh
Saving
God.
throws, attack rolls, anything.
Okay.
You can write down that you have a silken bracelet, and Gully has one as well.
Okay. Okay, slay, guys.
And I would say as you wrap up in the Church of the Arachne, if there's nothing else you want to talk about with them, that is where we'll switch over.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god. Okay.
We pan across the great city of Leyden, following along the streets and taking a turn into the Church of Delansna. As we reach the Temple of Delansna, Akya, you are standing here. You're making your way over to the Pottery Mound, right? All right. With that, you take a walk closer to the mound of pottery. You enter into this like side cavern. You're following the three crane next to you, the ant three crane. And as you walk in, you see this small chamber where water is reflected from the corners of the room and dance across the ceiling upwards as they reflect the light of lanterns downwards. You hear the subtle turning of pottery wheels, and you hear the gliding of moist clay being formed into different structures.
She's sort of like amazed by everything and is just looking around, eyes sparkling.
This is where you may make pottery. Anything you desire to create, Delonsna's hand will guide you.
Thank you.
You see that there are a couple of empty turning tables. At one of them, you see this intriguing three crane, one that you haven't seen before ever. You see this praying mantis three crane that is sitting there with limbs as long as his blades. His entire frame is a stark white with golden cracks running through them, and he's currently turning the wheel with his long blade-like arms. And with his other set of arms, he is slowly pushing and carving and changing the clay, molding it into a shape that he desires.
Oh, it's a praying mantis. She just kind of stares. You know that awkward kid that just stares? Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing the awkward kid.
You're doing like that. Hands fully to the side, staring wide-eyed at someone you shouldn't.
Yeah. Arteno.
Yes.
Look.
I know, quite a particular person.
Very pretty.
The three crane are truly wonderful. I have never seen so much dimorphism between one species of people. It's truly fascinating.
Me neither. Okay, come along. Let's make something. And she kind of goes to a wheel, and then she kind of pats the one next to her, just like, here, you sit here.
Arteno sits next to you, and within this cavern, you hear again the turning of the clay tables. You see the three crane kind of designed this more for them. So you see the mantis like three crane is actually turning with one set of hands and also sculpting with the other set. It's incredibly like difficult looking to do in the first place. But you do see that there is this small plate with a lump of clay sitting in front of you.
Okay, so when you're first learning how to do this, it's kind of hard. So let me help you. So she kind of gets up and then kind of like squats down next to him, and it's just like, so you take your hands and you get them wet. That'll help you a lot.
Oh. All right.
Arteno dips his hands into the stream that is right in front of the table. There's this kind of crevice where clear water is dripping downwards and filling up the circumference of the room. He just dips his hands and gets them all nice and wet.
All right, and then you kind of grab the clay, and you kind of get that wet as well. And then you see that little thing. When you push it down, the wheel starts to turn. And as you have your hands wet, you kind of put pressure to like make it round and make it smooth.
Arteno looks down below trying to look for a pedal, and he just doesn't see one. These don't have pedals.
Oh. There's no pedal.
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh no. She kind of just starts to
It
look
seems
around.
Like these... It seems like these were made for more, four-limbed people.
Ah.
Well, here, how about we do it this way? Well, I am experimenting for the first try, my first try. You can spin the table, and I will sculpt,
Yeah.
and then I will do so for you.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
All right.
Arteno looks at the lump of clay.
No, to pot. Yes, I'm making a pot.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do that.
And I'm gonna have Arteno make some rolls as you spin the table beneath him, getting it to slowly spin. And Arteno, this is okay. Wait. Okay, Akia, I'm gonna have you make me a sleight of hand check to see if you can turn this well enough for him to actually make something meaningful on
God.
this.
Come on, Arteno.
I'll let you do sleight of hand, and then Arteno will also be doing sleight of hand.
12. That bad.
12. Okay. So, or would this be performance?
I feel like
That is a.
either or.
I think sleight of hand more so
Maybe
for this.
sleight of hand because you're
I think
using
sleight
it.
of hand more
Yeah,
so.
because you're turning it.
Yeah, you're this is more of a dexterous thing. Okay. Wow, that's almost a 19. What is that? What was that?
For what?
We can't see it.
Hold up.
Can't see.
Yes, I know. Wait, suspenseful.
Suspense.
That's an 8.
Oh.
You see, as Arteno clumsily handles the clay, and as you're spinning it, you see Arteno, his like big man hands just kind of dig into the clay a little too hard, and it
little
creates
lighter.
this deformed pot.
Oh, this is a light activity. Okay,
Yeah, it's a lot
Okay.
of tweaking with pressure. You got it.
Oh, finesse. Okay, okay. Should I just like retry or keep going
I
from
mean,
here?
that's
or-
not too bad for your first try. It's a lot of like trial and error because it's just playing with pressure.
This pot looks folded over and like a flower.
So it's not too bad.
Oh, okay. That I would like to try one more time. I believe I can do better than this.
Yeah.
All right, Arteno goes to go again as you spin the table. Arteno rolled an 11. He does a little bit better. Just a little bit.
Okay,
Still a
he's
very
learning, he's
shitty
learning.
pot. Still a really shitty pot.
Learning.
You see as he kneads this black clay into something more resembling a flower pot rather than like the vases. It almost, you can see like a line where his like thumb pressed a little too hard on one spot, and so there's like this inner lip that closes way too tight.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's improvement.
Yeah, I think I did better than before.
You see the praying mantis creature just begins to look at you guys.
Oh, okay. For your first 2 tries, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yes, I think that is enough trial and error from my part. If you would like to go next.
Oh, yes.
You sit down at your own table, and Arteno begins to spin the wheel for you to let you mold the clay into what you need to. I will roll. I'm gonna roll a sheer dexterity for him to see how well he can turn this. That's an 8. So it's moderately paced.
Okay. Bro, please.
What was that?
Wait, is this sleight of hand right?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
It doesn't help that my sleight of hand is not too fucking good.
It's not too good?
It's a
Okay.
+1.
Which is higher, your performance or
Oh, my performance is
your
way higher.
sleight of
It's
hand?
like +4.
I'll let you use performance because you have an innate understanding of what you're doing.
You're so sweet and so nice to me. Please don't fail. Oh.
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 Well, with your skill and expertise in pottery, Aki, how long has it been since you have made pottery?
Oh, probably a good bit.
Probably a good bit. Definitely a couple months, I would say,
Definitely a couple
without
months.
tending to your craft. You begin to slide your hands along the clay, adjusting pressure like you would, but you end up using a little bit too much pressure in some places and not enough in others. You do definitely make a much better pot than what Arteno could do. It is very much a usable and very pretty pot.
It's not bad. I am a little rusty, so it's kind of okay.
If that is just not bad for you, I feel like I must throw my clay back
No,
into the pile
don't do
over there.
that. Don't. Yours is not bad for your first
I thought
tries.
beginners were supposed to have luck for this.
I mean, we are manually turning the wheel, and I'm not used to that. That's
I
not
suppose
the
so. I
normal
did
way.
go
At least that I
slower.
was taught. So, like, we're doing pretty good.
You see as the three crane next to you guys looks over and goes,
If you would like help, I can take some time to spin the wheels for you. I am much more accustomed.
Really?
he nods.
Oh,
I would be happy to
oh,
assist.
that would be wonderful.
You see
like that guy.
they stand and you see this mantis through crane is far taller than any of the ants within. Yeah, it is staggering.
Oh
It is
my.
like they have to bend even while standing up.
Oh, wow, you're very tall.
Yes, it is a part of my lineage. I was not built to walk these halls like the others.
Aww. Does it hurt to, like, bend?
You see he nods
Aw.
and just as he kneels down in front of the turning tables to spin them for you both, he
love that guy.
just goes,
These walls were not made for my kind, and that I acknowledge. However, this craft brings me great comfort, and any pain I bear is worth the craft that I can make.
I understand that.
Craft and creation is something we all do, and to do so, it fuels the soul, and without art I am malnourished. You may begin when you please.
Thank you. You want me to roll again?
yes, you can roll a sleight of hand check, and with the help, I'll give you advantage.
Oh my god, thanks.
Yay!
Oh, you needed that advantage.
Why did I do so bad again? Ah! 16. I did good this
With
time.
a 16, with help, from this praying mantis, you see as the tables turn as quickly as you anticipate them to be, just as if you were pedaling yourself. You see he even begins to adjust for you, slowing the pace when it needs to be slow and speeding up when you think you look like you want to go faster. And as he matches this rhythmic tune for you, you form a pot more akin to the ones that you would make back within the cave of Calrunia. You form something more palatable for yourself. The black glossy clay shines before you in the shape of a beautiful vase, sparkling within the lantern light.
Now this is way better. This way better. Thank you so much.
It is no problem of mine. I am happy to assist in another person's art.
She kind of turns to Artena to see how his is looking.
Yeah, you see that he was turning both of yours at the same time. Let me roll for Artena.
Come on, Arteno. You got this. You got this, my boy.
I'll roll advantage because he's being
Yeah.
helped. That's a nat 20.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my god, he's got it.
That's my boy.
However, due to Arteno not having the same skill level as you, it's still not the best pot. It's kind of looking at like a high schooler's first attempt at pottery.
That's not bad.
It is like a little bit lumpy. It's a little bit like uncouth. However, the shape is so there. And he looks like he's enjoying himself. You see that he wipes his brow.
I think that was fairly well done,
You did so good, though.
all things considered.
It was very good. You improved.
For a proper first attempt, you did extraordinarily well. There have been many I've seen start within these caves, and that is fairly well.
And you see Arteno just nods.
This craft is truly one to be admired.
Are you having fun?
Everywhere we go. Yes, I am having fun.
Yay.
As he looks at his reflection within the black clay, he just goes,
Everywhere we go, there are such beautiful things. I can only help but wonder what has been lost. Craft like this all over the world. Things that we have not seen. Art lost to time. Craft that will never be crafted again.
At least we keep some of it alive.
Arteno nods.
I would like to preserve more art, more cultures. I would like to make sure that people can thrive for longer where they are.
And you see as this three crane looks at you guys and he just goes,
That is a beautiful dream. And Leyden, I believe its art will last as long as we can let it last. But all things must fade.
Arteno's like eyebrow twitches at that a little bit, almost furrowing.
Not everything is meant to live forever. And that's okay.
I suppose so. I suppose so. However, let's ensure Leyden lasts even longer than it seems to.
Yes.
I'd say at this point, that same tremor from before now rumbles deeply, growling as the earth churns from vacuum.
It's the World Eater guy again. I think that's our cue to head back.
We'll make sure to fell him.
Yeah, you say that's your cue to head back, and Artano nods. You see the three Kreen looks at you and goes,
Whenever you come back again, I'll make sure that these enter the kiln. We will make sure they are for you to take home.
Thank you so much. You were such good help.
you see he nods.
It is rare we see outsiders such as you. And it is a delight to see you participating in what we have, however little it may be.
I will always enjoy it. Bye-bye.
You see this three crane waves off at you as you guys walk out of the Temple of Delansna, and
I love him.
You guys move over to. I'm guessing you guys go back to the museum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys head back over to the old shard, retracing your steps, and as you walk past the statue and up these stairs, you enter over into the museum again. And you do see that Igrim is just braced up against the door, and Arsif is currently sweeping up the dust that came from the tremor.
Oh. Hi, Ogrim.
Igrim nods at you.
Did you do anything interesting?
He shakes his head.
Oh. Are you just waiting so you can fight the thing?
Oh, he nods. He nods.
Oh, I knew. I don't know why I even asked. I feel like I knew the answer.
He nods, and his cape is somehow blowing within the wind inside.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Every single time I see you, it's flowing in the wind, even when we're inside. How do you do it?
Igrim takes a step away from the wall, and you see as his cape stops flapping, and then it instantly starts flapping in the wind again, even though you can't feel a breeze.
How? I don't get it.
He shrugs.
Are you magic? What are you? I don't...
As you ask that question, Arteno is looking at Igrim and going,
How long is your forever?
towards Igrim.
Huh? Huh?
Like, he's kind of wondering how long Igrim will last.
I don't. Ooh, she's just kind of staring at
Igrim
them.
just makes a fist and points at Arteno.
Please don't.
And Arteno just goes, message received.
Please don't.
I think your first punch nearly put me out. I'm good. I will not go near your home.
We're in a very nice place with very nice people in a museum. Please.
Igrim puts down his fist.
Thank you, Ogrim. So back to your cape. How?
He shrugs.
She kind of extends her hand and like, can I touch it?
He nods.
Oh, okay. She kind of just, with both of her hands, is just kind of touching his cape.
you see his cape is literally moving within your hand, like wiggling around, like it's being blown by wind.
Oh, Grim, I don't get it. I don't get it. How is it doing that? Is it alive?
Grim just shrugs.
How do you not know it's yours?
He nods.
What?
I don't understand. She kind of starts to
He's
like
gotta be
wiggle it
rage
around. He is so rage baiting. Oh.
You wiggle it around, and you see the cape flows in the direction that you wiggle it in.
I. She kind of not starts to like pull on it, but like starts to like tug it to see like what is this cape?
You tug it a little bit, and it just, instead of you being able to tug it, you see as it almost tugs itself and blows in the wind of the direction that you're pulling. And Grim does a 360, and you see it waves in every direction.
Oh.
Grim, you gotta give me something. Anything.
He crosses his arms.
Oh. But why?
He just nods.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
He shakes his head again.
Oh, I'll respect that. But you have to tell me one day what is that cape. One day.
He shakes his head.
Oh, can you at least give me hope?
He points at himself, and as if calling himself hope.
Oh my, he's a little trickster.
So can I have a little bit of hope?
He shakes his head.
A Grim.
He pulls out his sword and taps it on the ground, and then points at the worm.
The worm?
Yeah, he's pointing at Vaku, at the shell of Vaku. That's all the hope he's giving you, that he's got it.
A Grim.
Are Sif's in the background sweeping, going, what is going on over there?
You say nothing. But then you say so much. And you frustrate me so much. Without a word.
I think after that back and forth, Stella, were you planning to go anywhere else after Ak'ansti's temple, or were you just gonna come back to the museum?
I was just gonna come back to the museum.
I hate this guy.
I think
After a while of a Grim seemingly rage baiting Akia, because at this point it just has to
He's
be.
just rage baiting me. I just want to know why that cape flows. Come on.
I think, Stella, you would walk in the middle of this, and as you open the door to the old shard, that is where we will end today's session.
I'm going to grab him
Oh my
and shake him.